What does it actually take to get started with intermittent fasting? I'm Jackie Almer. Welcome to my Peak Performance Intermittent Fasting Fast Start Checklist and Video Resource Guide. My goal is to provide you with information, tools, and concepts that you can then take, digest, so to speak, and then go out and research to get all of your questions answered and figure out if this is the right protocol for you, to at least give it a try. Have you ever started a new diet or a health regimen and sunk a lot of time and money and energy into it, and then not really experienced the results that you were promised? Buying this lotion, this potion or pill, only to come up with a cabinet full of stuff and no results. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So in this video series guide, I'm going to give you a simple way to start, track, sustain, and ultimately figure yourself out for your best intermittent fasting regimen. So today we'll cover the simple answer to, how do I start intermittent fasting? Well, a confused mind says no. I mentioned in the last video, how many New Year's resolutions have you broken because you attempted to take on too much too quickly? Sure, I could get you started with where I'm at now after more than 3 years with intermittent fasting, but that's not a recipe for success by any means. So I'm not going to have you go into your pantry, your refrigerator, and cabinets to clean out everything that's considered a bad boy, if you will. And then I'm not going to send you to the grocery store with some extended list of everything to buy. I'm not going to change everything about the way you eat today. Because what would be the odds of success of sticking with it for more than a day or two? History and data tell us it's pretty slim. So let's start small. We'll get to healthier food choices, but let's start with just one thing at a time. Okay? As I've mentioned, when you get the when to eat right, the what to eat seems to normally fall into place. Your body's intuitive and it will lead you down the right path. So let's start by simply eliminating snacks to begin with. Focus on just 3 solid meals a day and no snacking in between. And then just do this for 3 short days. Now, once you've gone a couple of days of eliminating snacks from your routine, let's take you to what we call the 12 and 12, a 12-hour eating window and a 12-hour fasting window. Again, that's called the 12-12. Now, here's what that might look like. You have dinner at 6 p.m., you sleep all night, and you don't eat again until 6 a.m. Listen closely, though. You don't eat again, meaning 0 calories through your lips, 0 calories into your body, 0 anything else. You can have water, black coffee, and green tea. Nothing that even possibly stimulates your tongue and your taste buds that food is coming. That's the problem with diet sodas and any fake sugars. We tend to think that those are okay because they're marked with 0 calories, but the bottom line is your brain doesn't understand that. And so when we consume a 0 calorie something that tastes sweet or has a particular flavor about it, it still releases insulin into your system because our brain believes that food is coming. When that sensation just hits our tongue and our taste buds, it releases insulin. We'll get into all that later, but that's why it's important to know you're going to do 12 hours of an eating window. You can consume as much of anything that you want during that 12 hours. And then for the next 12 hours, nothing but water, green or black tea, or black coffee. Nothing in it. And then we're going to try that for 3 days and see how you feel. Okay? So it's pretty simple. Over time, you'll start extending the fasting window and shortening the eating window. You can then move from a 12-12, but you can move to a 13-11. Add an hour to your fasting schedule, 1 week at a time. Then get really brave and go 14-10. Do what works for you. And again, there's no right and there's no wrong. You can alternate back and forth day to day. You can take a break for a day. There are so many ways to do this. Now, my personal goal is every day to do a 16-8, where I fast for 16 hours and eat in an 8-hour window. So that might be breakfast at 10 a.m., lunch at 1, and dinner by 6. That would be an 8-hour eating window and no snacks in between. But I have found that my absolute sweet spot is a 18-6. So I choose to make that 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, once a week, I try to do a 24-hour fast. And what happens then is I will start earlier in the morning, okay, and I will end my eating by noon. And then I don't have any problem going through the rest of the day sleeping. And then I'm good till noon the next day to start back over. Now, I already hear you saying, what about my social life? I hear you. I said this is all my sweet spot and these are goals. Now that I'm in a committed habit of fasting, I do give myself plenty of opportunity to change things up when I need to. So if I have social plans, I adapt my plan for the day. Simple as that. Remember, there's no right or wrong. You can't mess this up. If I miss my target for a day, I start again tomorrow with no bad feelings and no beating myself up. I know my goals, which number one is to feel good physically, and I know what that's worth to me. If I go on vacation, I do the best that I can. I listen to my body and I live my life and I enjoy it. Knowing that my overall commitment frees me from the torture of the past of being too hard on myself. I know what my overall commitment is. So be sure to visit my blog for more details, explanations, and videos and resources. If you don't have the guide that goes along with this, go to peakperformancehabits.com/IF. And again, I welcome any comments or questions or any details below. Let me know what's working for you. Okay. Let me know how you feel about getting started, if you've already started, and what's happening for you. I'm Jackie Almer, and I'll see you on the next video.